Good morning. So today we'll continue with the second chapter, fractions and decimals. We have completed till exercise 2.2, and in exercise 2.3 I had given the first 3 questions as homework. I hope you all have completed it. If you have any doubts, you can get back to me. Now let's start with the fourth question of exercise 2.3. The fourth question states, which is greater? Now, before going ahead, we should know how to compare fractions. So, let me give you an introduction of comparing fractions. Comparison of fractions. So, whenever you compare fractions, the first thing that you will have to see is to check the denominator. If the denominator of the fraction is same, for example 8 by 9 and 6 by 9, if the denominator are same, you can easily compare the fractions and say which one is greater. So in this case 8 by 9 and 6 by 9, whichever numerator is greater, that fraction is bigger. So in this, which numerator is bigger, 8 or 6? 8. So we can say 8 by 9 is greater by 6 by 9. Okay. In the second situation, where we have the denominator is different, right? For example, 4 by 6 and 3 by 7. In this, the denominator are different. So what you will have to do is to compare these fractions, you will have to make the denominators same. So how can you do this? How can you make the denominators same? This can be done by multiplying the other denominator to this. Let's see how we'll do. For example, 4 by 6 and 3 by 7. What we'll do is cross multiply and do like this. 4 by 6 and multiply 7 by 7 this side. 7 by 7, right? And over here in 3 by 7, we'll multiply 6 by 6. So are you doing any change in this fraction? No, the value remains the same because we are dividing 7 by 7 and 6 by 6. In this form, what will happen? The denominators will become equal. So you have this set 28 by 42 and 18 by 42. Yes, just by doing this step, the next step will be this. Now the denominators are the same. So tell me which one is bigger? This one. So you can say 4 by 6 is greater than 3 by 7. So let's take the third case where the denominators are different but the numerators are same. This is a special situation. So in this specific situation, when we have the numerators same and the denominators different, the denominator which is lesser will be greater. So in this case, 5 by 7 and 5 by 8, which one is less? 7. So 5 by 7 will be greater than 5 by 8. Okay. Now let's get back to the exercise. Question number 4. Which is greater? 2 by 7 of 3 by 4 or 3 by 5 of 5 by 8? This is the fourth question. Now you have to identify which is greater. 2 by 7 of 3 by 4 or 3 by 5 of 5 by 8. So individually first we'll solve this part and then compare each of them. So how to solve this? 2 by 7 into 3 by 4 or 3 by 5 into 5 by 8. Yes. Now the next step is to simplify. Yes. To make it into a simpler form, that is 2 and 4 you can get here, and then solve it. This you will get as 3 by 14. Yes. Or here you get it as 3 by 8, right? So here we have to compare 3 by 14 and 3 by 8. Now we have learned that whenever the numerators are the same, the denominators can be compared to specify which fraction is greater. So we have learned that whenever the numerator is same, the denominator which is lesser will be the fraction which is greater. So we can write 3 by 14 is less than 3 by 8 because 8 is less than 14, right? Getting back to the question, the second part, you can try it for yourself. Okay, it will be the same. Same method has to be applied. Now let's move on to the fifth question. Sally plants 4 saplings in a row in her garden. The distance between 2 adjacent saplings is 3 by 4 meters. Find the distance between the first and the last sapling. Now this is the answer of the fifth question of exercise 2.3. So here it says number of saplings in a row is equal to 4. Distance between saplings is 3 by 4. Now you have to find, for example, here is the explanation. Now you have 4 saplings. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the distance is 3 by 4, right? So this will also be 3 by 4. And this will also be 3 by 4. So what you have to do? You have to add 3 by 4 3 times. Okay? So don't get confused by this 4. You have to find the distance between the first and the last sapling. So you will have to multiply 3 by 4 3 times, because it is 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4. Okay? So you will write it as 3 by 4 into 3, right? And then we'll write it as 9 by 4. Since this is an improper fraction, we have to make it into a mixed fraction. Divided by 9, 2s are 8 and 1. So you will get the answer as 2, 1 by 4 meter. Right? The next question says, Deepika reads a book for 3 by 4 hours every day. She reads the entire book in 6 days. How many hours in all were required by her to read the book? Now in this, we'll write time taken to read a book in 1 day. That is 3 by 4 hours. Number of days is equal to 6. Total time taken to read the book. You have to solve this. So in this, 1 day is 3 by 4. Normal multiplication we'll be using, because we have to add 3 by 4 6 times, because 1 day 3 by 4, second day 3 by 4. Similarly, because this is repeated addition, it will become 6 into 3 by 4. Right? Now we'll multiply this, or we'll do it like this. 3 by 4 multiplied to 6, right? So 7 by 4 into 6. Okay. Now this can be written as, here we'll cancel, here 3 and 2, 21 by 2, right? Now into 1, 2, 1, 0, 0, 1. So the answer is 10, 1 by 2. Okay, hours. So the total time to read this book is 10, 1 by 2 hours, right? The next question states, the seventh question, a car runs 16 kilometers using 1 liter of petrol. How much distance will it cover using 3 by 4 liters of petrol? So this is a very simple question, as it has direct calculation, because it states that 1 liter of petrol can be, using that you will cover 16 kilometers. So you have 3 by 4 liter of petrol. So convert it and then multiply it with 16. So you will get the total distance covered by using that. So let's move to the 8th question. It says provide a number in the box such that 2 by 3 multiplied with the box is equal to 10 by 30. Now the first part of the 8th question states 2 by 3 into box is equal to 10 by 30. You have to fill the box, right? Normally what you have learned in multiplication of fraction is that multiplication of fraction is equal to the product of the numerator divided by the product of the denominator, right? So what will be the answer? It will be a fraction, right? So what will be the numerator in the box? It will be what should be multiplied by 2 to get 10, right? So what should be multiplied by 2 to get 10? You tell me. Yes, it will be 5. Right. And what should be multiplied to 3 to get 30? Will be 10 again. So 2 by 3 multiplied by 5 by 10. 5 by 10 will give you 10 by 30. So we know what is the answer over here. Right. Now the second part of the question says to get the simplified version of 5 by 10. So let's do the second part. 5 by 10. So how do you simplify 5 by 10? We'll cut this and we'll get 1 by 2. So the answer of the second part is 1 by 2. Okay. Similarly, do the second part of the eighth question. Okay. And then complete all the questions in this exercise in the notebook.